If you want to take my picture across the street, I'll be waiting for you. Stop taking my picture out of your window. You're going to have a big problem. I'll see you.
So N.K. Adams again shows up at my apartment with his big problem being that I'm taking his picture across the street. He's been stalking me, watching me for months, close to 2 years. And the most bizarre was that I am gay and don't want to be stalked by a man. Obviously, I didn't want to know him. I don't know why he wanted so much to know me, but he was there always. Not just at nighttime, not just when I'd be in and out and walking my dog, but in the daytime as well. And if he didn't like me taking his picture, he should have never been stalking me or been aggressive towards me or been an obstacle in my life. Why did he do that? Who knows? Why is taking his picture so bad? Why didn't he show up to court to testify in his girlfriend's favor, claiming that apparently this and that and this and that, which always have been false lies of theirs. The reason he didn't show up in court is because he got a long rap sheet. And I don't know once you're done what I'm going to end up having, but it doesn't really matter. All that matters really is that we're not supposed to do that. We're not supposed to do that to people. We're not supposed to be right or wrong. It shouldn't matter who's right or wrong. What should matter is that we should never violate anybody. The fact that these people would actually go all out and for who don't even know me, I'm sure the management. And Home Forward has more than been reckless in that they are extremely careless in that fact that they leave so much evidence and open doors that point at their direction in regards to who is the contributor, the aggressor, the sponsor, the promoter, and they are much more successful than Don King, I would say. But I don't know. I just think that they gather quite a bit of collection of cast of characters to do their elbow grease, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. It's the most bizarre that actually I was on the website for their page and I can't believe these people work there because these people look normal. They were on top of the roof of some building, and I thought they're not from HAP. I mean, CAP. What is that place? Home Forward. They used to be called HAP, but I just think that whatever. It's just it's not impressive. Because it's more what you want it to be. You want it to be agonizing. You want it to be obscene to the extreme beyond. Well, you're going to succeed at whatever you want to do because you have the backup. You have the Almighty on your side. And I am never going to try to be that almighty because to me it's much more important that I don't follow the lead when it comes to that type of... You don't spend a whole lifetime being who you are and suddenly become like you or like them or like whatever it is that you are. And the fact that it is violating, and it's violating because I am not of that character and I am not going to be stooping to your level, especially be swung to your side, to your level, to your kind, or whatever it is that is unkind, because the most of all of the what surprise? No, there's not, whatever it may be worse than that these characters would actually know me for years, for over half my life, and then fucking bastards would actually is close to have been that kind, that I'm kind of that all the time, and I was right about them. I was. No, there's no reason why. There's a reason why. Well, there's no doubt why. The reasons that they really kind of kept me away, because I just kind of knew better, and I didn't want to believe it. It's not necessarily that I knew exactly to the T what these conniving. Like when Jim calls me, I called him first of all. I'm thinking that, yeah, there's probably more of more that I can be forgiven, just so that I can hopefully have someone to help me and assist me, because Rudy's taken them all. But no, he even took my rapist, the rapist. I mean, and then the fact that that swindler motherfucker would actually call me, return my call, and then, but just to find out where Keith was, and also to find out if Rudy was cute. Yeah, but it wasn't that he was wanting to find out if Rudy was cute. He what I mean is that he calls, and I started telling him everything that's going on, and he tells me, "Was he cute? You fag." That's what a fag is. I mean, please, a piece of. What I think that's most disgusting is that, even beyond so, or whatever that thing is that Rudy, a person who I actually thought highly of, who I actually told Michael Moreno that I felt like shit. This dude doesn't want to know me. When you asked me to go out and support our Mohawks, I thought, what the fuck? Dude, I'm not here to make friends. I was just, it's just a good social thing. Whatever it is, Facebook. Well, it wasn't I who chased after him. It was him who basically developed whatever he wanted to develop, until he developed it to whatever he wanted to develop it into, until it didn't turn out to be what he wanted it to be. I don't know what the hell, but it's a bit out of the ordinary. And it is not. Is what to say about that? I don't know, but yeah, maybe I say too much, huh? Well, there's much thought that comes with that kind of crap. I cannot believe that. And then Michael says to me, "What are you talking about? You're a really good person. You're a really nice person. You this and that. You this and that." Yeah, right. And now he's a co-conspirator of and attempted to kill me. Are you kidding me? And then he gets pissed off because I won't take my shoes out of his apartment. Well, he was moving out anyway, and he never cleaned the carpet anyway. I don't do it anymore, but I was still cleaning my carpet when I had the dog. Well, I didn't feel like necessarily taking my shoes off, because I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know why. But he gets pissed off because of that. And then he gets pissed off because I'm smoking pot in his car. Who cares if I'm smoking pot in his car? At least I'm not shoving meth up my ass. And, and then he gets pissed off because I didn't say that to him, but later on I told him, you get pissed off and you stop talking to me because I smoked pot in your car and because I didn't take my shoes off at your house after knowing you for those 20 years. Well, I forgave you when you came over and gave me some stuff that almost killed me. He thinks that I started claiming that he was trying to kill me. Well, I didn't say that, but that's just what happened. Him and Aaron stopped by and they gave something that was not treating me well. But I didn't rush to thinking that right away. I knew what happened. I knew what I experienced, what I felt, but I still talked to him. I mean, I didn't mention it to him. I don't know. Just time went by. I didn't see him for a while. Then we saw each other, and then I didn't make a big deal of it. But he actually would make even more of a deal that I'd smoked pot in his car and that I didn't take my shoes off in his house, that he would stop talking to me. And I thought, well, Jesus Christ, what is worse? Then he stops talking to me again because he thinks that I claimed that he tried to kill me. Well, I'd never said that. I just said that he gave me something that was not good for me. It doesn't matter it happened so long ago, but just the fact that he would have it taken so hard. He actually then posted a message on how to unfriend people on Facebook. He's probably the one that dirtied up, because I remember, I mean, I'm sure he remembers me saying to him that I was meeting these people that I didn't really necessarily want to meet because I didn't feel that highly about myself. Well, he took advantage of that. And I'm sure he took advantage of that and decided that he was going to ruin me in every which way possible, just because whatever fear he had of that conversation that we had. And that's just the most pathetic, that I can't believe somebody would actually be so comfortable within their own skin and be so confident and be so gracious and grateful and just amazingly bright to where they have to resort to that. People who are actually tranquil and calm and don't need to be bothered with something, they're usually just not bothered by that. But apparently there's many who are very thin-skinned out there that are maybe also very much hateful. And when it comes to me feeling or expressing some frustration or reaction to your hate and your craft, I think that it's just pathetic that management would actually send out this survey knowing, I can't believe that I actually know what that's intended for. Because nobody ever sends out a survey saying, how great am I doing? You know, maybe the company might, but not necessarily the way that it was written. The way that it was written, and they even repeated one question twice. I mean, I'm sorry I make stupider mistakes than that, but when we when we are not really necessarily thinking that well, it's probably because there's something behind it. And I just, it's just everything that from that note, and also the notes, the notices before that have come. There was always something behind it. There's never really just a manner of being management. There's a manner of being management in a really peculiar way, a very suspicious way, I don't know, it must be stressful to have to connive and think of how to be sneaky and how to, I don't know, I don't even want to say that, go there, but it must be, I couldn't do that. I mean, it's stressful enough to think of, for me to think of your behavior, your actions against me, that it's just not worth it to think about what people think when they behave like you, because that's putting more weight on my back than I need. But when it's really does not my business how people behave, or but maybe it is when they're behaving that way towards me, when it's actually intentionally behaving in a manner that is with purpose to injure me and do damages to me, and that it would actually take a collaboration of gazillions. I mean, can you imagine if I had posted what happened on July the 3rd on the Broadway Bridge? Not just July the 3rd, before April of last year. But if you put that together with what they came up with on August the 20th, it would have been much more supportive of your lies. But because whoever the spirits, it didn't collide in the same period of time together, where if I had posted that the day before August the 20th, there would have been even more of a reason to, but not necessarily so, because of course the evidence was always different than what they stated in the legal document, the notice that I was issued, and also in what was told to me by the officer in the voicemail and in person. It's very different than the facts in the audio recordings of actually what was said instead of what you claimed that it was said. And also because I had recorded the conversation of that guy who would call me. With his permission, he actually then goes on and spills the beans of what was going to occur later on in the moment. It's just within minutes of that, I get on the phone because I've been meaning to call to see if I can work with the police. What happens is then I get police at my door, but it wasn't necessarily, oh yes, we need help, come on and volunteer anytime. No, he was here to make sure that my life was done and out with. And it's very much, whatever it is, I can't even think about that right now, but it's then she put that relative, I don't know how many of them are combing the Satan's hair or whatever the hell, but the fact that what are you kidding me? Okay. I'd rather be the most ugliest, most stupid, most whatever it is that one could be than to be that. I mean, are you kidding me? It would not take much convincing for you, though. Hello, la 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 la. I mean, oh, you know what it was? Oh my fucking god! I remember now. And I thought about it quite a few times. The day that she posted a handful of dollar bills, it wasn't dollar bills. It was like $100 bill. I don't know how much they paid her, huh? She did it for money. There was this one time, and it was supposed to be about the income she earned after doing her tax job. But I think what it was more than that, because it was supposed to, it only lasted about a second. I was on Facebook when that post came on. Her post was she posted her hand with tons of bills, and it was deleted immediately. Although I still have it because once it makes the air, it stays on the air. And anyway, so that's what it was. I thought about that. I actually thought about that before I found out about her connection. I actually thought about not necessarily that it was that connected to it or of you, but mostly that it was bizarre that you know. I was thinking, well, maybe she just wanted to brag about having so much money. I don't know, but she then even more so explains why she did it. Most likely it was because she got paid to turn against her own relative. I guess I don't think she's greedy. I think she's probably more mentally ill than greedy, but I think mentally ill is because she's one of those that doesn't give a F in how she treats people. And I can say that from the way that she was towards me growing up. Even when she was wrong, she would lash out as if she was correct, like Jim, or like Mike, or like Rudy, or like Carla, or the list goes on. I mean, please. Thank God you don't know them, because otherwise it would be embarrassing for them, but... Right? Oh well. I guess the joke is always on me.